Jim Bowie, Jim Bowie, he was a bold adventuring man. Jim Bowie, battled for right with a powerful hand. His blade was tempered and so was he. Indestructible steel was he. Jim Bowie, he was a fighter, a fearless and mighty adventuring man.
In the year 1830, New Orleans was a frontier city, the gateway to the vast empire that had been added to the United States by the Louisiana Purchase. Man, it was a rough place, New Orleans. Waterfront thieves and river pirates respected no man's property, including mine. My name's Jim Bowie. I had goods stacked on the docks, and I was keeping my eye on them.
Hey!
Let me go. I will not go with you.
You pushed those sacks on me.
And if I had a sword, I would run you through.
Oh, you would you? I got a good notion to give you a licking.
You would not dare.
Wouldn't I? Boy your age running around trying to kill people?
Ah, there's the little agent. We've been chasing him all over the blooming waterfront.
Oh.
Many thanks to you, kind sir.
You better hold him tight. He's a dangerous character.
Monsieur, please, do not let them take me. They wish me harm.
Shut up. Wait a minute. What do you mean by that, harm?
Is it harm to take the little runaway one to his worried parents?
They tell the lie, Monsieur.
Ah, little cat.
Hold it. Now, let's get this straight. What...
You stay out of this.
Here?
Why should I run, Monsieur?
You were running from those two.
I was outnumbered, Monsieur.
Well, how about me?
You seem to be of somewhat better quality than those ruffians.
What's your name?
I, sir, am the Marquis de Gravien.
Well, now.
But I understand I should not use my title in America. You may call me Monsieur Francois.
Oh, thank you, Monsieur Francois. You can call me Monsieur Jim. How long you been in America?
1 hour. I do not like it.
Oh. Well, tell me something. If you're French, how come you speak with an English accent?
I was in school in England for several years. I did not like it.
You didn't, huh? Where are your parents?
I'm alone. I was told I was met by my aunt. Those two fellows said she'd sent them. But they did not deceive me. My aunt would never send such men to greet me.
Who's your aunt?
Mademoiselle Marie de Gravien. You'll be good enough to escort me to her.
Oh, I will I?
But naturally, you would not be among my aunt's acquaintances.
No, I'm not.
However, you've heard perhaps my great-grandfather, Monsieur Paul Tonnet, with whom she lives.
Yeah, I heard of him. All right, Sonny. Monsieur, I'll take you. Come on.
And not that way, Monsieur. My luggage is this way.
Yes, Your Excellency. Let's get your luggage.
My cape.
Well, dog my cats.
I'll see that my great-grandfather gives you a suitable reward.
Yes, sir.
This conference has gone on much too long. You must get your sleep, grandfather.
Sleep. I shall sleep soon enough. Marie, I have reached a decision. I was just telling Edouard. I want you to marry, that I can die content.
Oh, you must not speak of death, grandfather.
Death has taken your brother and his family. It will take me. You will set the date for the marriage at once.
We will speak of it tomorrow, grandfather.
We will speak of it today. Marie, you are now the sole heir to both the de Gravien estate and to my company, which is in Edouard's capable hands. There is no reason for delay.
Very well, grandfather. We will make the arrangements.
Tomorrow I will see Father Labbe.
Until then, my dearest.
Island, sir. Yes?
Heidi. This boy has just arrived from France. I believe he belongs here.
Here?
He says he's the Marquis de Gravien, Mr. Paul Tournay's great-grandfather.
You seem to be the victim of a little joke, sir. I bid you good evening.
I am the Marquis de Gravien.
And I, young sir, am the Duc d'Orléans. I again bid you good evening.
Evening.
You have made a stupid mistake.
Huh?
This is obviously not the home of Paul Tournay.
This is the Tournay home, and the only mistake I've made is getting mixed up with you in the first place.
I also regret it.
And what are your plans now?
I suppose this town has a hotel of some sort, no? I will go there. And in the morning I will secure competent help in locating the house of Paul Tournay.
This is the... You have money, no doubt.
Money? I've never had to concern myself with money, monsieur.
Come on, let's go.
Go where, monsieur?
If your Royal Highness has no objection, I will now take you to my hotel, where I will try to persuade the manager to accept you as a guest, in spite of your novel ideas about money.
I'm beginning to be annoyed at your impertinence, sir.
Come on. What's the matter now?
At home, the servants use towels like this to polish the furniture.
Now, listen, young fellow, this is one of the best hotels in New Orleans.
No doubt. I was warned that the New World was quite uncivilized.
Oh, you were?
Hang these up. And these.
And were you also warned the New World does not take kindly to impostors?
No, monsieur. It was not expected that I would encounter persons of that description.
I might have been referring to you.
No one has ever thought me as a liar before in my whole life. It is a new experience. I do not like it.
Oh, this ought to be just right for a boy your size. Well, now, look at this. And who decided you were going to have the bed?
I did not know it needed deciding, monsieur. Have you ever slept on a floor before?
You bet I have.
Then you are used to it, while I am not.
Wait a minute, what's this?
It was my father's.
Can I have a look at it? What's this, a family crest?
Yes, the de Gravien coat of arms.
And this is a motto.
Et toi, le ciel t'aidera.
Huh. Help yourself and heaven will help you. Well, you've done that all right. You helped yourself to my time, my patience, and now my bed.
I have told you, monsieur, that you would be rewarded.
You know, you just might be who you say you are. No one could have your gall and not be. How did it happen you traveled to America alone? Where are your parents?
Dead, monsieur. They gave their lives in the struggle.
What struggle?
For liberty, sir.
Liberty in France? I thought that was all over. I thought the Bourbons had turned the tables on Napoleon and got their throne back.
Frenchmen will never stop fighting for liberty. The Marquis de Lafayette still leads the struggle.
Lafayette?
He was a friend of my father's. He made all the arrangements and wrote my great-grandfather that he was sending me here.
Oh. Well, you better go to sleep now. We'll get all this straightened out in the morning.
Good. No doubt in the daylight you'll be able to find the right house.
Now, look, I told you.
told you never to come here.
But, monsieur, we had to come. You saw the boy. He got away from us, he did.
Find him.
We already have. He's at the Royal Oaks Tavern.
Then, what are you doing here?
Ah, very good. Very good indeed. Hey, Regan?
I'm not going to hurt you, miss. Oh, I just used this to open the window.
What do you want? Ah!
I must talk with you. It's going to be a little awkward if we have to hold this position for long. I'll let you go if you promise not to scream. That's better.
Who are you?
My name's Jim Bowie, ma'am.
Oh. I did not know you included housebreaking among your adventures.
Well, I don't claim to be an expert. Are you Mademoiselle Marie de Gravien?
I am. And I demand to know the reason for this outrageous behavior.
Do you have a nephew named Francois de Gravien?
No.
You sure?
I see no reason to discuss my personal affairs with you. He was killed 5 months ago in France with his parents.
Are you certain he was killed?
Why do you ask such questions? Must you torture me?
It just may be that he was not killed.
Well, this is diabolical. To come here and raise false hopes. To renew the agony of realization.
You ever see this before?
Where did you get this?
From your nephew, Francois. He's asleep in my hotel room right now.
Here, in New Orleans?
Uh-huh.
But the letter said the whole family had perished.
Not Francois. He's very much alive. Now, this letter about his family. Did you see it?
But of course. There is something very wrong here, monsieur. Why have you come here secretly? Why did you not bring Francois with you?
I did, earlier this evening. A young gentleman closed the door in our face.
That is strange. Edouard would certainly investigate something as important as that.
Edouard?
My fiancé, Monsieur Dubois, my grandfather's manager.
Oh. Now, this letter, was it from the Marquis de Lafayette?
Yes.
Written by himself?
But certainly.
And you're familiar with his handwriting?
No, but... What are you implying, monsieur?
Are you by any chance the heir to the de Gravien estate and to your grandfather's business right here as well? In the absence of a male heir, such as Francois?
You lie. That is a dreadful accusation against my fiancé.
Well, I'm not engaged to him, so I can afford to be suspicious.
I have perfect confidence in Edouard.
I don't.
And he certainly would not forge a letter from the Marquis de Lafayette.
Tell me, is there somewhere downstairs near the front door where you can hide?
Hide?
I'm going to bring Francois back here first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock.
Why should I hide?
You might be a little surprised to hear what your fiancé says.
I'll do no such thing.
Don't you want to be sure?
I am sure.
Well, he's your fiancé. Anyway, we'll be here. 8 sharp.
You seen a little boy in the last hour or so, a little boy in his nightshirt?
Yes, Mr. Boy, just a few minutes ago.
Which way did he go?
Why, he didn't go nowhere. He was took.
Well, which way, man?
Well, they had this boy, and he was kicking and carrying on something furious.
Mose, I swear, if you don't tell me which way in the very next second...
He didn't go nowhere, Mr. Boy. I took him in my hack down to the waterfront.
All right, Mose, drive as fast as you can.
Where, Mr. Boy?
The waterfront, man, the waterfront.
Oh, yes.
Regan! Regan! Regan!
Did you see what I did, monsieur, with the chain?
I sure did. You're learning fast.
They were going to wrap it around me, but I wrapped it around him. That is, how do you say? The turning of the table, no?
That's right.
You know something? You came mighty close to being catfish bait.
I know, and I will thank the good Lord for my deliverance in my prayers tonight.
You do that.
Come on, help me tie up these two. We'll leave them here for the dock workers to find in the morning.
What?
When I said my prayers, I asked the good Lord to bless you, too.
Oh, thanks.
I said, dear God, please bless Monsieur Jim.
Good, good.
You do not mind if I call you Jim?
Call me anything you like.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, this is silly. Move over.
Why, monsieur?
Well, you don't have to have the whole bet yourself, do you? We can share it, can't we?
I've never shared a bed in my whole life.
Well, it's time you started. Move over.
I've never shared a room. Except, of course, with Hector.
And who's Hector?
My dog. He always slept on the floor beside me.
Oh, well, I'm not Hector. Move over. Hey, you've really led the life of a little gentleman, haven't you?
I am a gentleman, monsieur.
Oh. All right, then. Stay a gentleman. Keep the bed. Sleep tight. Good night.
Monsieur Jim?
What now?
It is hard, the floor.
It is hard.
Monsieur Jim?
Yeah?
I have decided. You may share the bed. As the Marquis de Gravien, I can do no less.
Why?
I have tried to think what my father would do, and my grandfather. They would share the bed, I think.
Why would they?
Because they were gentlemen.
I thought a gentleman was a fellow who always took a whole room to himself.
No, monsieur, a gentleman is... It means... Do you know noblesse oblige? What it means?
Well, what does it mean to you, Francois?
I think it means that persons of high birth, like myself, must always be honorable and generous.
Yeah, I think that's very right.
Especially to one's inferiors like you.
Yeah.
So since I'm a gentleman, you may have half my bed.
I'll take it, even on those terms. Move over.
It is very strange. You did not have to fight for me, but it is twice now that you've saved my life.
Well, I'll call it even if you just go to sleep.
Good night, monsieur.
Good night, Francois.
Could it be that you're of noble birth?
Huh? No, just plain American.
But, Monsieur Jim, you've acted almost exactly like a gentleman. And yet...
Go to sleep.
And yet you're not a gentleman. It is very strange. I do not understand plain Americans.
Good morning.
You again?
Just a minute. This time, the boy and I are going to see Mr. Tournay. Stand clear.
Francois. Aunt Marie. Never fear, Aunt Marie. Monsieur Jim will beat him. Who is this man, Aunt?
My fiancé. Or he was.
You see? What did I tell you?
Yes, he's a very brave gentleman, isn't he?
What should we do with him?
He has to live with himself. Perhaps that will be enough.
Marie.
Oh, get out.
You heard the lady.
Oh, Aunt Marie, may I present my friend, Monsieur Jim Bowie, Mademoiselle de Gravien.
I know Mr. Bowie, Francois, and I'm very grateful to him. You must come and visit Francois, often.
I'd like that, mademoiselle.
Monsieur Bowie, I think I understand now about the gentleman.
Yeah?
In France, it is how one is born. Here, it is how one acts. Any plain American can be a gentleman. That is it, monsieur? No?
Any good American?
Then I shall try to be a good, plain American.
You're pretty close right now.
And now I think we should go upstairs. Your great-grandfather will be very glad to meet you. And you too, Mr. Bowie.
Wait, Aunt Marie. I must extend my apologies. Monsieur Jim, I said I would have you rewarded.
Yes, you did.
But one gentleman cannot reward another, sir. I can only promise to help you when I am big enough to do so.
I'll count on that.
Now I am ready to see my grandfather.
And here's the star of our show, Scott Forbes.
Hello, everyone. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. And will be with us again next week for another exciting adventure in the life of Jim Bowie.
Adventuring man, Jim Bowie. He roamed the wilderness unafraid, from Natchez to Rio Grande. With all the might of his gleaming blade, he fought for the rights of man. Jim Bowie, he was a bold adventuring man. Jim Bowie, battled for right with a powerful hand. His blade was tempered and so was he. Indestructible steel was he. Jim Bowie, He was a fighter, a fearless and mighty adventuring man.